Hi, you. It's me, Nicole Phoenix Star, and this is the Next Star podcast. I have had a lot of messages of late, people saying that they have gotten so much out of my podcast around wellness, and I really appreciate that. So today I'm going to break down just it in the simplest form. And basically, the key is calories. If you are eating less than your resting metabolic rate, RMR, then you lose weight. And that is as simple as it is. And you just Google RMR calculator and find one. Make sure you choose whether you're male or female because it does make quite a difference. You put in your height, your weight, your age, and it'll give it to you. And wherever that number is, you just make sure you're doing less in calories. So if that number is 1,500, make sure you're doing somewhere between 1,200 and 1,400. That's it. The reality is, when you're in perimenopause or menopause or postmenopause, exercise really isn't a huge key, especially depending on where you're at in your journey. It will register as stress and you'll hold calories, particularly if you're doing cardio or running or being in that kind of zone 2 zone. It will make you hold weight because your body's like feeling the stress from that. And that is why walking and strength training, metabolic exercises, mobility, these types of things are far more optimum. And the reality is that we do exercise for our health, for our health span, and because it has a very small factor in it. So I spent the first kind of 9 months of my journey doing zero exercise. I was in such a state of depletion, exhaustion, and extreme symptoms. Anytime I went to exercise, I could feel the stress in my body, and there was just this hard no. And, our conditioning and my brain was like, I need to exercise. But I listened to my body. And then one day I literally woke up and went, I'm ready to exercise now. My hormones had balanced, my symptoms had eased. And it was just this like moment. And I've done a whole heap of research on different types of exercise and yes, and walking as well. Like power walking is not great. It's just that really comfortable stroll that I don't know, it brings this like sense of wonder. It's incredibly powerful in, working with mental health and just breathing in the fresh air and getting the energy in your body moving and just keeps all the joints lubricated, and it's just magic. I I walk for 45 minutes and I most often listen to a podcast, catch up on podcasts. And, a lot of podcasts I listen to are well over 45 minutes, and I listen to the end of it, the next walk, or when I'm cooking. Yeah, I kind of stack those things together. Every single person I've worked with say, I don't want to count calories. And I'm like, I get it, but you're assured results if you do. I use the app MyFitnessPal. I paid for a year of premium because it breaks down all your macros and you can have so much more functionality. It's not that expensive, and it is awesome. So you can also create meals or save recipes and stuff like that, and then you can just hit one button and the whole breakdown goes into your thing, and you can have it repeating on different days. So it takes out of your time of logging, but logging doesn't bother me. Tracking calories doesn't bother me. It feels like self-love because I'm showing up for myself and maintaining a level of health that I really had no idea I was able to attain. I have a metabolic age of 39, and that blows my brain. I still track every day. I haven't missed a day for, I don't know, over 2 years. Once I hit my goal weight, I went into maintenance, and maintenance is usually around 500 calories above your resting metabolic rate. 4 to 500, and you have to do it gradually over about 3 weeks when you are ready to go into maintenance. But when you're in a weight release journey, the calories are really fickle. Like, if you're really close to your resting metabolic rate, you'll just plateau for ages. It's really important to be, at least 1,000 under. But like I said, don't ever go to under 1,200 because your body will register that restriction as stress and will think it's going to starve and will hold all calories. So fickle. But when you get into maintenance, it's a little less fickle and you can go a bit over. If I'm going to have an event or I'm going out to eat or whatever, I usually have a little less calories the day before and a little less the day after, depending on how many calories I decide to consume. And everything stays on track. Generally, if you kind of look at it over over a week, and you've kind of banked the appropriate amount that you are trying to achieve, it's all good. Super, 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 super important thing is only have starchy carbs in the evening. Starchy carbs are bread, rice, pasta, and a root vegetable, like so potato, sweet potato, all of that. It is even pumpkin. Having that at the evening is what works best for the peri-menopause hormone reality. And they're simple carbs. So complex carbs are like your vegetables. I always have cauliflower with eggs and cottage cheese for breakfast, and getting carbs from vegetables. Fruit has carbs. I have an apple every afternoon with either half a protein bar or these protein bite things I have, because you need to always have fat and protein with your fruit to deal with glucose spikes that are very significant in postmenopausal women. So, yeah, that's it. Like, keep it simple, sweetheart. Know your resting metabolic rate. Know how much you're consuming each day. Have your macros in the sweet spot, so you're getting enough carbs and protein and fats. Obviously, good fats are the best ones. And just as much nutrition as you can get in. Also fiber. Getting over 21 grams of fiber a day. 25 is ideal for us women in this season. And your body will just respond. Like, food is medicine. And as many whole real food as you can. You just will be like blown away at how much energy you have, how clear-headed you feel, how your brain fog disappears and you remember stuff. Aches and pains go away, and hot flushes are far and few between, and certainly not escalating to the levels that you may have experienced before. Remember, this is at least a 10-year journey, so it's worth putting in the time and focus and to feel great in your body, because what you eat is the thing that will change everything. And your body is perfect. It's intelligent. Like, if you need HRT as a bridge, that's great. But your body wasn't made defective where it can't function without estrogen and progesterone or testosterone after you stop bleeding. If you find the sweet spot, you nourish yourself, it'll work beautifully. I assure you, I am living proof, and others I know are living proof too. So I'm going to leave it there, and please, if you have any questions, reach out. I also do a accountability offering, which is something that's come from women I've worked with that just want to be able to be accountable, because they either don't trust themselves or have proved over and over again they can't stick to it. And so I have a few women who send me a picture of their breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, and can ask me random questions, and I can give feedback or any tips that I can see in what they're doing. I do that as a 3-month thing, because 1 month isn't enough. People get slippery. Yeah, it gets kind of locked in eventually. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out and we'll have a conversation. So yeah, that's all I got today. Big loves. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful. Please feel free to share this with anyone that you may feel benefit. My website is www.nickstar.com, NIKSTARR. Much love. Mwah.